Alright, what's going on everybody? So it's currently the last hour and a half of the season. I've been pushing pretty much all day with no success, so I just decided I'm going to take a chill pill here and just go ahead and copy the number one player's deck. This is literally what this number one player is using in the world. It's like Recruits Mortar. I don't even know. I looked at the whole top 30 and not a single person is playing a deck that doesn't have basically a deck that requires talent is just not being used at the moment. So I just decided I'm not going to stress too much these last couple hours. Been playing all day. I think I played probably 30 different decks just for fun, to be honest. I've been just playing everything that I feel like playing, and yeah, none of them really worked out for me. Unfortunately, this is just not my meta, but it is what it is. I'm going to go for the miner. We're going to get the arrows off as well. Hopefully I can get a few wins here just to make myself feel better. It's kind of a late E-Giant because those minions did connect the tower, which is really, really good. Minions are a very underrated card right now, I think, in my opinion, but yeah. Anyway, I'm not going to stress. It's just, sometimes things are not going to go your way, and I feel like I let this game, sometimes it's just a lesson to not let this game just put you in a terrible mood, because I definitely have felt before, and I used to feel a lot more even, that if I wasn't performing well in this game, it kind of ruined my mood for my entire day in my actual life, but I don't know if you guys can relate to that or not. Maybe it's just a me thing, but it feels like it just ruins your mood a little bit, if you aren't, if you're losing games in Clash, it just makes you unhappy in real life, which just shouldn't happen, but I guess that's kind of how video games are in general, maybe. I'm going to go for the Skelly Drags over here on the left side. I think E-Giant's actually going to be the freest matchup in the game, since we have the Mortar, and the Evo Recruits are going to melt absolutely everything else that this guy has. I don't even know if he can defend this, to be honest. That's just a lot of pressure coming at him, but I'm going to go for the Mortar. Oh, he's just dead. Look at that cannon get evaporated. I mean, what really makes me sad, about the game right now is the update, or the little thing they put out that was oh, with all the new evolutions and whatever, we're not going to do any updates since everything's still fresh. And I'm like, dude, if you look at the top 100 right now, 99% of the people are using either one of two cards, so it's kind of I don't know, it's pretty oblivious by the development team to just kind of let this go for another season. But I'm not on the dev team, so I guess I can't really complain, and I'm not one that just likes to bash on people, to be honest. I'm more of a positive person. Obviously I am real with you guys. I'm not gonna just sit here and be applauding the game and what they're doing wrong when I think they're making mistakes, but I'm also not gonna just sit here and blast them for 10 minutes straight, because that's just not the kind of person I am. Let's go ahead and look at number two's deck and copy his. That's okay. Yep, look at that. I mean, you guys believe me now when you see these people on top ladder are using some of the best decks you've ever seen. But yeah, anyway, doesn't really matter too much in my opinion on the meta, because my opinion's not going to change it at the end of the day, and I just got to kind of accept that. But I am still going to try and make content that's fun, even if it's not I like to play the brain dead decks occasionally just because they're fun. But after a couple games of playing them, I'm just okay, I feel like I'm getting worse at the game. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I just would rather prefer to play something that actually is challenging, and not just okay, they dropped minions in the back, now I just spam 10 elixir other lane. It's just plays like that. It used to be back in the day, if you drop a giant in the back, you get punished so hard. Even if you drop 3 elixir in the back, nowadays you get punished. Even, I mean, if you don't do anything. There was a guy earlier today, I don't know why I just thought of this now, but he literally dropped Recruits F in the back, first play, pretty standard, right? That is a pretty normal play, nowadays, but he dropped that first, and I was like, okay, so that's fun. I just defensive expo, defended it with no problem, was very simple. Not even kidding, he didn't place anything else. He waited till he was 8 elixir, and he dropped a golem right after he dropped the recruits. First 2 plays of the game, recruits in the back, and then golem after that. I was like, dude, what on earth is happening? At that point, I was just okay, I cannot play it this season, guys. It's just, I'm not, I'm just not able to compute on how to play the game. I don't know. There's a different play style to the game that I don't enjoy doing. Okay, this could be a little awkward, I'm not gonna lie. I'll giant here, and then minions to DPS. Oh, that's really bad. That's really bad. I don't have enough elixir to kill that mini P.E.K.K.A. Evo archers might save me here. Yeah, we're gonna get some good damage, but still, that was a really bad interaction right there for sure. was a little distracted. He's going to... Oh, that's a good rage spell. Archer's going to get 2 hits on tower. Oh, I also wanted to talk about how the Little Prince, I don't care what anyone says, you're going to... The card needs a nerf. Like, the amount of value it gets in every single matchup is just ridiculous, and here's why I think they need to nerf its range, is because it literally locks on tower quicker than a Dart Goblin. Like, you genuinely can... You can react. There's plenty of time to react, but most of the time you're going to have, like, no elixirs, so... basically, I don't know, what I'm trying to say is, like, hold on, I gotta make sure I win this bridge fight, or this could get ugly here. Yeah, I think we're good. He's gonna arrow, but that's fine. We can just kind of reset. What I'm trying to say is, like, this card, I think the range is too long, and I think it deserves a nerf personally for the range. Like, not even the damage or anything, whatever. It has its cool, unique ability. It should not heat up that much, like, either, in my opinion, but I think they just... What I would like to see them do, just in general, when I say them, I mean, like, the entire... just the game in general, like the direction of the game, would just be to figure out something that's going to make the evolutions still overpowered. Like, they're going to be overpowered no matter what. We can accept that, right? But they have to figure out some way to tone them down, because right now they're just... I think the game is way too dominated by evolutions, and it's kind of just making the game very stale, in my opinion. Even way staler than it was in metas, like when it was just the Monk Phoenix meta. Like, I actually would rather play that than this, to be honest, right now, and that is a pretty big thing to say, because that meta was very, very bad for Expo specifically, but I think I still got my best finish in that meta somehow, just because, you know, you can outplay cards like that. With the evolutions, it's really more about just getting to your evolution than outplaying your opponent, which is kind of sad, in my opinion, but, I mean... That's just my opinion, I guess. So I'm just going to go ahead and go Evo Archers up high. This should actually wipe most of this out. I'm going to arrows these minions just to make sure my Evo Archers can put in some work right here. He has to snowball that if he wants to kill him. I'm going to go for the graveyard. Oh, yeah, he doesn't have snowball. He has rage. I'm going to we pre-fire his goblins, which is actually really good, because that means my Larrys are going to get a couple of hits. And look at that damage on tower. We were losing by, like, a lot to start off this game, and we're coming back slowly here. I'm going to go Little Prince in the back. He's obviously... Oh, wait, he has Goblin Giant? Is he... Oh, that's a ton of value. Really bad minions and rage. That's got to be game for sure, right? I think we win here just by going graveyard and pre-snowballing again, maybe. Oh, he put the goblins in the exact same spot. That's a rookie mistake right there. But I still... Okay, yeah, he's going to defend just barely. I think we need to just cycle a couple spells, but... Yeah, like I was saying, I wish that there was just some way they could make it. Okay, I got to make sure I don't choke this game. I think Snowball... Is arrows enough? I think arrows is enough. I'm not sure, though. Dark Prince almost gets the tower. I can go for the Dark Prince up high once again, and look, like, this is exactly what I mean. Look at the Little Prince, guys. It just cleared the entire map on the right side with, like, I was just putting cards in front of it, and it just wiped, like, 50 elixir worth of troops right there. The problem with the Little Prince, besides the distance, is, like, you know how a Dart Goblin dies to a spell? Like, this card is the same elixir as a Dart Goblin, and it doesn't... like, just think about that for a second. It has the same range as a Dart Goblin, the same elixir, the same fire speed once it gets going, and it doesn't die to a log, it doesn't die to an arrows or a fireball. Like, look at the Dart Goblin HP, right? It's very squishy, as it should be, because the card is very overpowered if it's on the map for too long. Hold on, I gotta make sure I don't lose this. Goblins behind should be good here. Yeah, we're chilling. But like I said, there's no balance between these new cards, and I feel like the cards that, like, if they ever do release any more new cards, that not evolutions, I'm talking about just new cards in general, they're all gonna have to be broken, like exactly like the Little Prince was, because there's just such a demand for, like, a broken card in your deck. You can't play a champion that's not broken. Like, I've seen maybe one Archer Queen and, like, 3 Monks today, and every other match has been a Little Prince. Like, you almost forget about all the other champions just because this one card is so prevalent, and it's kind of sad, because I think the champions were a fun addition, like, especially the first 3 when they just had the Archer Queen and the Golden Knight. Man, Golden Knight, when's the last time you guys have seen someone play Golden Knight? Like, let's be honest here. That used to be the best card in the game. I guess they nerfed it, but, like, even if it wasn't nerfed and it was exactly how it was before, it would still not get used right now. I'm telling you that much. But yeah, back when it was just, I think it was the Archer Queen, Mighty Miner, and the Golden Knight, right? Was that the first 3? I could be wrong about that, but it was so long ago. But I thought, I was, like, mad at first they introduced them, but it was so much fun to play against them, like, get to learn how to play the Archer Queen. And sure, the Archer Queen was very good, but it wasn't, like... It wasn't just breaking the entire game. The 3-card cycle was breaking the entire game. Let's be honest about that. But, like, the Archer Queen in general wasn't just... didn't just take over the whole meta. You could actually counter it. Now there's not really counters. You just kind of have to build decks that are good against cards and then have the card yourself, which is just like not the same to me. I don't know. It just kind of takes a little bit of fun out of the game, in my opinion. But this is going to be an interesting fight here. I'm not really paying any attention to what I'm doing. I'll be honest with you guys. It's like 2 in the morning when I'm recording this, and I'm not that tired, honestly. I think the fatigue, like, kind of, you know what I mean? Whenever you get, I'm not even talking about Clash. Screw Clash. I'm just talking about my life at this point. I hope that's okay with everybody. But, you know, when you get, like, tired, but then you get over it, so you just kind of feel, not delusional, but, like, what's the right word? Like, mellow, I guess. I don't know. You just kind of don't have any emotion. Like, you don't have any fatigue or anything. You just kind of are, oh, numb. Numb's the word I'm looking for. That's how I feel at the moment. But, you know, I'm happy that everybody is like, you guys continue to watch my videos and you continue to enjoy them. And I want to find a deck that I, like, really enjoy running. But I haven't been able to do that quite yet. I played E-Giant for a while, and I've got up decently high with that, and I just kind of got bored because it's, like, the same thing over and over. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go for the RG in the pocket, and look at this. I could go to RG, honestly, and play this, like, full time, because it's just so easy to run and, like, so mind-numbingly like, simple. But that's gonna be GG's, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Kind of a different video, just kind of my takes on the game and the meta in general. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see y'all in the next season. Peace.